Yeah, well, I think we've come off a really good weekend against RSL, and we give them a couple of days off just to regroup. We're in the probably the final push of this little section of games where the league then closes for the Leagues Cup, which will freshen everyone up. It's a new competition, so we want to finish well. 7 games ago we sat down as a group and said we've got 21 points to play for. Now the objectives in terms of points needed, etc., were probably 12, 13, 14 points. We're at 15 points now, so I think it shows how well we've played. It shows how well we've had to play because of the competition that's in front of us. Last night was another little reminder, which I really enjoyed. Everyone won. I knew everyone would win last night. That would just keep everyone's feet on the ground. I think that's really important. We're going to allow our supporters to dream. But inside the four walls of the training ground, we've got to keep focused. We've got to concentrate on what's coming. We know there's some outstanding teams that are all investing in their rosters. The window is open today, and we've just got to keep moving forward, keep building the foundations of what we're doing. We know that we're a team that's in confidence, got momentum, but we know that we can still get better. So this weekend provides us another test against a team that I feel is one of the best in the conferences, with incredible speed in attack. They've invested a lot of money in their attacking players, and you saw last night that they can be devastating on the counter-attack. And similar to the RSL game, where whichever team defends the best will probably win the game.
David Ajalo is the only field player not on the pitch today. Is he going to be available for selection on Saturday?
He's a doubt for the game on Saturday. Still feeling the effects of the tackle against Nashville, I've got to say. We're probably looking at trying to probably fitness test him tomorrow, maybe. He's a big player for us, and we need him in the squad with the other three midfield players that we've got. So we're going to give him every chance. If not, he'll be fit for Lyon. But we want him fit for the weekend. Marvin Larier's been back training with us all week. He'll probably play for the second team next week against Kansas City on the Thursday. Whether he travels with us or not, that's still yet to be decided, but it's good to have him back. He's almost like a replacement for Dairon at this moment in time in terms of the depth of the squad. We've got Kamal, Max back, so we've got good competition for places. Max obviously wasn't out there today. When is his return kind of expected? Well, he's going through the green card process, so we felt early in the week he needed some days off because he was the best keeper in the Copa America by a million miles, I thought. We were super proud of the way that he performed, so we give him a couple of days off. He's in the green card process, so we're hoping that he's back tomorrow, and we'll see how he is, and then we've got a decision to make in the goalkeeping department.
It's been a few months since you guys had that home loss to the Sounders, and we've talked about kind of keeping or staying where your feet are, but do you ever look back when you won 8 of your last 12, 8-2-2, I think, since then? Have you taken any time to kind of reflect on the last month, 2-month stretch? Not really, no. I don't look back in life really, so I think it's like this week. I've been in and around Portland, and there was a lot of people dancing around Portland after the RSL game, and you love to see it. You love to see the confidence of the Timbers Army. You love to see the confidence of the people around the club. The front office, the people that work in different departments. They're all bouncing around this football club. I think as a technical department, as a player staff, we've got to remove ourselves from that. Like I said before, we want our fans and our supporters and the workers that work with us every single day to dream big, but we've got to keep our feet on the ground. There is a lot of football to be played, a lot of points to be played for. I think what you see at this moment in time, you see a Western Conference that it looks incredibly exciting. I think there is no standout team at this moment in time that's running away with it. We've been on an incredible run and we're in 7th position. That shows how hard we've had to work just to get into 7th. So imagine how much work we need to do to finish in the top 4. So a lot of work to do, and some big games coming up, and the next biggest game is always the biggest game. We're going to a stadium that
You know, I look back at my introduction into MLS. This was the stadium that, my first ever MLS stadium, watching David back 10, 15 years ago. It's the first stadium that I went to. The first MLS games I watched live were in this stadium. So it's going to bring back great memories for me and my family, because we had some great times watching David and Robbie Keane and Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard when he came here. We watched all those English boys, British boys that came over. This was the stadium that I used to watch, because LA was the city that I used to come on holiday to. So looking forward to going down there, looking forward to playing in this game, and looking forward to the challenge that's ahead for us. That's you know, in a team that's in great confidence.
And Phil, you've spoken glowingly about Eric Williamson the past 2 weeks, but also his training and everything like that. How much of a luxury has it been for you and the team to have seen the last 2 weeks, and then just how key will he be this weekend as well?
Well, I think what's been a great lesson the last 2 weeks is that you don't play well on a Saturday if you don't do things right during the week. I think that's in any walk of life. The process that you go through is far more important than the actual game. So I think what we've seen in the last month, not the last 2 weeks, we've seen Eric really focused. We've seen Eric doing everything right in training. We've seen his intensity in training. And it's the consistency in which of what I've seen that's been really impressive. And that's why he's ended up back in the team, because Paredes, Chara, Ayala have been doing so well as well. That group is fighting for two positions, and you could pick any two and probably get the same level of performance. But what you saw last week, you saw Eric elevate himself to a performance level that means that's Eric Williamson playing to his level. And I watched USA in the Copa America. Eric Williamson should be in that bunch of midfield players that's playing for America, without a shadow of a doubt, on talent. We need to get him there. We need to get him to that level.
Going off that, you've sung the praises of Santiago Moreno a lot these last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. He's been amazing. He's gotten a lot of attention from you guys nationally as well. I'm wondering how you've kind of seen him handle that, and also you've talked so much about the DPs raising your guys' level this year. How have you seen him raise the level of those guys?
He's been inspired. I think what's happened with Jonathan, Mora and Evander, they've elevated their own form. And what happens then is, and you see it a lot in this league, is that the DPs then carry the rest of the team, and the rest of the team have to get up to their level. If the DPs aren't playing well, then the rest of the team take their level off the DPs. And what's happened this year is because the DPs have performed so well, is that the rest of the team have to come up to their level. And you see it with the great teams. You see it with Acosta at Cincinnati. There, you know, you took him out the team the other day. The level of the team is not the same. The level of the team rises when the DPs are in form. And what's happening with Moreno, Mosquera, Ayala, Williamson, Zuparic, the whole team, is that their level is being raised by the DPs, and their level has had to come up to the level of the DPs, and because they're playing at a very high level. So Santi Moreno is one of many players in our squad now that are playing to a level that it's a competition for the DPs. And within a team sport, you have inner competition, and what you're seeing at the moment is Santi Moreno is in brilliant form, great technique. He's going to be a top player, that kid. He's going to be a top player. He's got the attributes to be a top player. He's now added in the main ingredient, which is consistency. And we're really excited about his progress and where his journey is taking him.